What's going on, everyone? Just wanted to say this is something that I've never tried to add to a recipe before, but with that said, I think it's going to come out fantastic. What I'm going to make today is going to be a cinnamon swirl waffle, and what I'm going to add to it, which I kind of had a craving for, was apple pie. My mom makes an incredible apple pie. It's something she does every holiday, and I went out to the store today and found some no sugar added apple pie filling. And what's great about no sugar added products are sometimes they're lower calorie or lower carb amounts. So for those that may be dieting, that want something to kind of kill a craving a little bit, this could definitely hit the need, and I think it's definitely going to hit the spot as far as for this recipe today. Without any further ado, let's get right to the recipe for the waffles. I'm going to use slightly under 1 scoop of the Cinnamon Swirl Core Performance Whey, 30 grams worth. Sugar-free, fat-free Jello pudding mix. I'm using the vanilla. Again, this is a carbohydrate thing that you can use that will help with the overall texture and moisture of the final product. I find it comes out a lot more heavier, but it also makes it much more moist and dense in flavor. About 2 servings of the complete pancake waffle mix, extra fluffy, I get from my Walmart. I'm going to use 70 grams. Okay, a dash of baking powder to help the final product rise. Splenda as a sugar substitute. I'm going to use about 2 to 3 grams of that, and that composes all of my dry ingredients in my mixing bowl. Now, what am I going to add in my wet-wise? First of all, just a dash of vanilla extract, which I'm just going to put right in there, like so. Okay, just a dash, that's all you're going to need. Okay, that was simple. Just a little bit of almond milk, just toss it in there. And again, almond milk is a lower calorie milk substitute, so I'd highly suggest it. I get the 30 calorie vanilla, tastes fantastic. Another fat substitute that you can use is Greek yogurt, and again, I buy this from my local Wegmans. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons or 35 grams worth. Okay, so I have that right there, and I'm just going to put this right in the bowl. Okay, last thing we're going to add is 2 egg whites. Now, when I make waffles and pancakes, and if I have an extra minute or two, I like to do what's called a stiffened egg white. And you can see it right here in the bowl. You can see how it looks like it's totally peaked to the top of this 4-cup bowl. So what I did was I cracked 2 egg whites, and I used a hand blender. Now you can't use a fork or a spoon or anything. You need a high-speed hand blender. And you put it on high for about 3 to 5 minutes, and you just kind of swirl the hand blender back and forth until those egg whites will start to stiffen, they'll start to rise, and they'll get very hard and dense. So if I take my spoon here, you can see that I can nearly pull that right out. Okay? Now, when you add stiffened egg whites to the final product, which I'm going to do here, it's called a folding technique. So what I'm going to do is put this in the batter. Okay? It's the last thing you want to add. Add all your other wet ingredients first before you fold in these egg whites. Okay? And then all you're going to do is go from the outside in. Just fold it in. Fold it in. And you're just going to repeat the process until the batter is formed. This may take a minute or so, but again, guys, why do we use stiffened egg whites? They help the final product rise to a perfect consistency. It will rise more, have more texture, moisture, and be denser in flavor. That's why I highly suggest it. I'm going to mix this up. I got my waffle iron preheating. You can see that the light has turned green, so it's ready to rock and roll. So when this is done, I'm going to cut the camel, bring it back, I'm going to fire up. The batter is formed, and as you can see, it's pretty darn thick. And that's how it should be, because stiffened egg whites are going to leave the batter very thick, but when it's cooked, it comes out very high, rises quite a lot, and a great final moisture and texture. So, with that said, my waffle iron is preheated. Let's coat it down. A little bit with the cooking spray. And I'm going to try and make 2 big waffles out of this. So I'm going to try and just kind of eyeball half this batter. Okay? Like so. Place it right in the middle. Okay? And just kind of spread it out a little bit. You may have to use your fingers or a spoon or something along that line. Okay? And then just gently press down on the waffle iron. Okay? Now, this should only take about a minute or 2, so when it's done, I'm going to cook my other waffle, put them on my plate, and then when it's all said and done, we're going to top it with the apple pie filling, and I'll bring you back to show you the final time, because I'm about to pull off the second waffle. Now, look at these. This is what a stiffened egg white can do. That rose almost about a ½ an inch for a waffle. Look at that. Nice golden brown texture and consistency. So therefore, we have our 2 waffles. Okay? So you can see them there. I'm just going to kind of slide this back so you can see both. My cinnamon swirl. What else can we add to this? Okay. Some people that like lower calorie alternatives, they can use the Walden farm syrups. Now there's a pancake, a caramel, and a chocolate. Those are the 3 I would highly recommend. But for today, I'm going to be taking 1 serving of this Duncan Hines no sugar added apple pie filling and topping. It's only 8 grams of carbs. So with that said, you know, on top of our waffles, I'm just going to kind of slowly place this down and just spread it out. Okay? So as you can see, cinnamon swirl, apple, 2 flavors that really complement each other. And with that said, we are going to have some cinnamon swirl apple pie waffles. So it really not going to get too much better than that. And that's it, guys. Now again, if you need any of your Cellucor apparel or of your products, especially with our new G4 series coming out, Cellucor.com, coupon code Bkupniewski when you check out, saves you 25% on all apparel, all Cellucor supplements. Directions, macros, instructions for the recipe are in the comment box below. About 40 grams of protein, 65 grams of carbs, and 4 grams of fat for both pancakes and the apple pie.